Hello friends, this is Raj Sastry from Raj Option Trading. Today is September 4, 2021. We will talk about heavily shorted stocks and how to trade them. So with that, I wish you a very happy and healthy Labor Day weekend. I hope you get to rest up. So let's look at headline news and look at 100 heavily shorted stocks and how to spot good stocks, and also review a few charts and look at how to buy heavily shorted stocks. Folks always ask, hey, how do I buy these heavily shorted stocks and participate in short squeeze? We'll look at those in a little more detail. So with that, let's jump in, get started. So from a top news perspective, here are the 10 most talked about stocks in Wall Street bets. We got Alibaba, GameStop, Chewy, AMC, Apple, Tesla, Wish, BB, Skillz, and AbbVie. I like many of these stocks, especially I think Chinese stocks are punished very hard right now. Stocks like Alibaba, we could see some bounce at these levels. And I also like stocks like Chewy at these levels. It's a great play. Stock has sold off of late. And I also like stocks like AbbVie, great stock, fell off pretty hard of late. And we'll look at many of these stocks in a little more details and go from there. And we got here Taboola, the complete acquisition of Connexity here. Looks like it's a powerful engine for publishers and advertisers, a digital advertising play. And we got here support.com. The stock skyrocketed so quickly, 291% last month. Is it a good time to buy? Some traders are bullish about this because they're trying to push into cryptocurrency market, into mining space. That could be a good one for this stock. Stock already skyrocketed so much. Let's see, is it good time to buy now? And then we got here 10 Reddit stocks here, stocks like GameStop, Workhor, Virgin Galactic, Google, and so on and so forth. And typically, I think we have to look at few stocks here which are oversold. From a trend perspective, I think many of you might have observed many of these electric vehicle plays like Workhor, like GOEV, and other battery plays like fuel cell and whatnot. They are completely oversold right now. I'm willing to buy some of these stocks at these levels and go from there. Even Virgin Galactic, for that matter, stock is oversold. I'll be buying some Virgin Galactic at these levels and accumulate slowly. And many of the fintech plays like Visa, MasterCard, PayPal, they're all coming down slowly. It's good time to nibble some and go from there. And then you got your Smile Direct Club, SDC. Cash burn situation is getting better. This is one of the heavily leveraged companies. They got a lot of debt on their balance sheet. Looks like their cash burn situation is getting better. I think it's something to look at. We don't like too much leverage on the balance sheet. We'll look at Smile Direct and see if it's a good time to buy. Then we got here most of these electric car manufacturers and general auto manufacturer in general. They're all hit with this semiconductor shortage. Especially Ford, looks like they got a lot of reservations here. Ford is a great turnaround story. I'd be willing to buy stock of Ford here and also GM. These big car manufacturers are pivoting nicely into electric vehicle play. And then we got your Workhor Group. Workhor Group looks like they got some security probe from SEC here. Something to watch out for. Looks like there's a short seller article around shady business practices, and SEC is trying to do some investigation as usual. So with that, these are the top headline news around heavily shorted stocks. Now we'll jump in and look at few stocks here and see what's worth buying. So with that, here are the top 20 heavily shorted stocks. As you look through here, we've got top stocks here, Be Big, Winco. As you can see here, Winco short ratio is so high, And as you scan through this, look at the RSI levels. It's a relative strength index. As RSI levels go above, say, 55, 60, you got to watch out and probably don't jump in at the time unless you see some great indications like on the balance volume rising. So in this case, I would typically pass, be big at these levels and look for other better opportunities. And same story with VIH. VIH is a $11 stock. As you see here, RSI is 76. Tells you probably, the train has left the station here. You should probably better off looking at a better other opportunity to buy. And then if you look at stock like Taboola here, Taboola has got very high institutions buying here, 356% of insider institution buying transactions. On RSI is 56. That tells you probably it's okay to buy a little bit of Taboola here, given RSI is barely crossed 56 here. Then support.com here. Support.com came up and down. Right now it's down a little bit. RSI 61. I'm willing to buy slowly at these levels. Given there is some institution buying happening here, I would buy slowly and give it a chance, second chance here, and take it from there. Then we got Workhor. As you saw earlier, there is a SEC investigations on potential shady business practices. It's a article covered by a short seller. I'm willing to slowly jump in, not a hurry, because as you see here, institutions are selling here. I'm willing to slowly, buy as a contrarian and accumulate a nice position at these levels. And then you got Big Five, RSI 68. Tells you watch out, don't buy too much here. There is a inside institution buying a little bit, but I would really wait a little bit for stock to cool off. And then you got a couple more here. As you scan through here, we got GOEV. Institutions are buying heavily, and RSI is 53. That's a good one to buy. And also here, RIDE. All these electric vehicle plays probably are good to buy, accumulate slowly. Then I didn't talk about SDC here. SDC, as you see here, Smile Direct, heavily leveraged, RSI is 50. I'm willing to slowly buy at these levels and accumulate. And best is a Chinese play here, $1.36 stock, RSI 66. I'm willing to wait a little bit on this one and buy a little bit later when RSI cools off a little bit. And then we got a couple more here. As you see here, pay importance to what institutions are doing. These are big money managers here. They are buying many of these stocks here. See, many of these, auto electric EV plays are here. Nikola, Romeo, and so on and so forth. And also there are a couple other plays here. Look for RSI levels like we talked about. RSI like 70 or 68. Probably you should pass up those opportunities here and look for low RSI levels and go after those candidates. So with that, now let's look at heavily shorted stocks in little more detail. So as you look here, we got Winco here. Winco has done great of late. Look at the performance here. 1 week 51%, 2 week 233, 1 year 269. So at this time, as you can see here, RSI 72. You got to think and see, should I be buying at these levels? I would probably wait a little bit. I would not jump in here. And if you're an options person, you could sell some premium here with the IV percentile 80. You'll get some juicy premium. You could sell some put options at lower levels or even some strangles or straddles. Make sure you kind of protect yourself a little bit. It's okay to have some spreads on top. And then we got your VIH here. It's again right now RSI 76. You would probably don't jump into this one here. Wait for this to cool off a little bit. On the other hand, Taboola here, TBLA $8 stock here. As you see, institutions are buying heavily, 356% here. RSI is 56. You could still buy slowly into this stock here and go from there. As you see here, stock dropped off in 1 day, but has done okay in 1 week and 2 week. Support.com, the favorite meme stock, as you see here, $21. It had done great here, 1 year, 1031%. Right now, RSI is 61. I'm willing to buy slowly as it comes down here. Looks like the big short squeeze is getting over here. It's unwinding. I'm willing to buy slowly and go from there. And then we got your Workhorse $9 stock, some security probing here on the company. Stock is oversold by this RSI indication here. I would probably buy slowly and take it from there. And as you scan through here, you got SmileDi, GOEV, Ride, and Nikola here. As you scan through, there are a lot of these electric vehicle plays. They're becoming interesting at these levels. I would be buying slowly at these levels. SmileDi, like we talked about, high debt to equity ratio. That's one reason I don't like this company that much, but I'm willing to buy slowly at these RSI levels, and buy slowly, accumulate. This stock also gives you once in a while some squeeze opportunities. Then we got your, Go EV, Ride, Nikola. All our EV plays here. Stocks are sold out, as you can see here, and there is a good institution buying here for all these stocks here. I'm willing to buy slowly and accumulate. On the then we got a couple more here. RIOT, Ocugen. RIOT is a insurance play here. They provide some of this auto type insurance here. I'm willing to look at RIOT at these levels because RSI is 43. That tells you stock is oversold. I'm willing to buy a little bit. Looks like institutions are buying RIOT slowly. And even KNBE, I think it's an interesting play here. It's a security awareness type company here. Right now, institutions are buying the stock here. RSI is 55. I'm willing to buy a little bit of this KNBE and accumulate on the down days. And then we got here good RX. I think we highlighted this while ago. Right now RSI 68, still a good play, but I will only buy this on a down days. We got a couple more here. Clovis, Romeo, SOFI, AppHarv. So as you look through here, RSI levels, Clovis, I think it's okay to buy slowly into the weakness. And we got Romeo, EV play. I'm willing to buy this stock a little bit at these levels. And we got here SOFI. SOFI is a good one to accumulate. Right now RSI is 49. Stock is slowly responding, as you can see here, in 1 day, 1 week, and 2 week. I'm accumulating SOFI at these levels. It's a good, fundamentally good company. I'm sure it will do very well. And then we got here AppHarv. Looks like institutions are warming up to it slowly. Stock is oversold. I'm also willing to buy some AppHarv at these levels. And then we got here Petco. Petco, as you can see here, RSI is 58. A little bit high for me. I would pass it up at this level. And I think Kirkland was good a couple of weeks ago. It was completely sold off. Now it's kind of improving. Good to take some profit and move on. It's fundamentally a good company. It's done great last year. Then you got a couple more here, ATER, RIOT, and GEO. As you see, look through here from an RSI perspective, ATER is 51. I think it's good to accumulate slowly at these levels. These guys have got some recommendation platform. I think they will do well. And also look at what institutions are doing. Institutions are buying ATER, Riot blockchain, and even GEO for that matter a little bit. I would buy ATER along with the institutions here and take it from there. Our Riot blockchain, right now RSI is 52. It's okay to buy slowly. Right now Bitcoin is hitting all-time highs. It's good to buy Riot blockchain when the Bitcoin and the crypto cools off a little bit. That's when this stock will come down to earth. That's a great time to buy Riot blockchain along with Marathon Digital, BTBT, and a lot of other good stocks in the crypto area. So with that, let's jump into next slide here. We got a couple more here. From a theme perspective, all the EV plays are good right now. Like we got Fisker here. Fisker RSI is 46. Stock is kind of sold off with the with the 46 RSI. I think it's a good one to play. Right now, insiders are selling, institutions are selling. That's why stock is taking some beating at these levels. As you scan through here, I would not go with the high RSI candidates like CVM and Sension at these levels. Instead, look for low RSI candidates like Lucid, which is another EV play here. Low RSI, completely sold off. It's 26 right now. I think they will do well. This is supposed to be a Tesla killer in the luxury area. I'm sure they will come back again. And then you got a couple more here, Bed Bath and Beyond, Beyond Meat, Altice, Skillz, and Solo. As you scan through the RSI levels, you can see here Bed Bath and Beyond, Beyond Meat, Altice. They're all good to buy at these levels. And as you scan through here, institutions are buying many of these stocks here. I think we should probably look and buy along with them. And Skillz especially looks like institutions that are buying Skillz at these levels. RSI 51 is trying to respond nicely in 1 week and 2 week. I would buy some Skillz stock at these levels and take it from there. And Solo, I think we talked about Solo a couple weeks ago. It's a great stock. I would be willing to buy Solo slowly. At these levels, it's a $3.48 stock. It's a great stock here in the EV area, electric vehicle area. And as you scan through here, RSI is 54 and nice sales growth here. Solo has done nice from a sales growth perspective, but it's off of $1 million sales, still very low. Then we got a couple more here. We got KPTI $5 stock, as you can see here, and RSI is 46. I would be willing to buy slowly into KPTI here. And AMC looks like RSI is a little high right now. I would probably wait a little bit, but looks like institutions are buying AMC slowly. It's okay if you want to buy a little bit, but I would not load up on AMC at these levels. As you scan through here, we got XELA here, XELA, $2 stock here. Institutions are buying XELA, and right now RSI is 51. I would still buy some XELA at these levels. And then you got a couple more here, ACB, Aurora, CPE, and Groupon. All of them are sold out at these levels. As you see here with the ACB 55 RSI and Groupon, it's 29, completely sold off at these levels. I would buy some of these stocks here. And if you're an options trader, give very close attention to IV percentile. When the IV percentile is high, like Skillz here, you could sell some premium and make some money that way. But when IV percentile is low, for example, SFT here, or say a Solo here, you could buy some long-term call options and make money that way. So with that, let's jump in here and look at a few more. So we got here a couple more here. I think folks wonder, is it good time to buy any spear at these levels? RSI is 84. I would say, right now don't buy, a spear here because it's too high from an RSI perspective, and stock has already made its move. So we don't want to hold the bag here. Instead, move on to better opportunities. From a better opportunity perspective, you could look at VLDR, Velodyne here, and even highly on. As you see here, RSI levels are pretty low here, and institutions are buying these stocks. I would look at these names here and take it from there. Marathon, on the other hand, right now RSI is a little high for me. I would wait for it to cool off. I'm sure crypto will cool off as you go forward. And here Chinese stocks are bouncing, as you have noticed. GoTo, which is a controversial stocks here, a Chinese online education play, stock got creamed, as you can see here, down 98%, but stock is showing some promise in the near term. I'm willing to give it a chance and buy some at these levels here. RSI indicates completely sold off. I would buy some go-to at this level and participate in this slow and steady increase in the performance here. And we got Alto. Alto is a $4 stock. As you see here, institutions are buying slowly. Insiders also buying. RSI is 51. I would buy some Alto at these levels. And it also has got sales growth, as you can see here. That's good to know. And then we got a couple more here. We got QuantumScape, again an EV play here. I would buy some QuantumScape at these levels. And we got SunPower, a $21 stock. Looks like RSI level is 47. Good to buy at these levels. And also Chinese stocks here. FT future fintech here. $22.84. Institutions are buying heavily, as you can see here. I would be willing to buy FT here at these levels along with the institutions and go from there. RSI is 49, still room to run. And then you got a couple more NLS, Real, and FCEL. I think all these are sold off from an RSI perspective here. As you scan through, I would be willing to buy some of these here. Pay very close attention to what institutions are doing. For example, some of these stocks, institutions are loading up. I'm willing to look at those here. As institutions are loading up, it's good to load up when the RSI levels are relatively low, for example, below 55 or so. So with that, let's look at one more page here. We got a couple more here. Same theme here. I would ask you to look at some of these names here and go from there. So as you scan through here, we got names like Chewy here, completely sold off at these levels. I think they had their earnings and stock sold off. I'm willing to buy some Chewy at these levels, along with the Microvision here, and VMware also stock sold off last week. I'm willing to look at VMware at these levels. Look at the RSI level for VMware. It's 33%. And stock has done great in 5 years, as you can see here. And also I'd be willing to buy Oya, and some of the Chinese stocks are great at these levels here. I'm willing to venture back into Chinese stocks like Huya, IQ, and so on and so forth. Let's look at Stitch Fix here. So I like Stitch Fix. Stitch Fix often gives you very good opportunities to buy. Right now stock is sold off, as you can see here. RSI is 30, and this also gives very good short squeeze opportunities. If you have seen Stitch Fix stock in the past, whenever short ratio is high and stock is low, it typically gives a very good opportunity, and I've seen these stocks jumping above $100. And then you got your Green Lane, FBRX, and UAVS. I'm willing to buy these stocks also at these levels. And FBRX especially, stock dropped off big time last week, 82% drop in 1 week. I'm willing to give it a chance here, be a contrarian, and pick up some FBRX at these levels. And also Oatly, PROG, I think we highlighted this a couple of days ago, came up nicely here. And then we got Jumia, great e-commerce play, good to pick up at these levels and take it from there. As usual, look through here, institution transactions, many of these stocks like CDAW, Microvision, Stitch Fix, Green Lane, and so on and so forth. Institutions are buying heavily. I'm willing to buy along with institutions. For example, PROG here, both institutions and insiders are buying. That could be a good one too. And also look for fundamentally good candidates with the positive quarter-over-quarter sales growth and nice gross margin. Typically, I love when gross margin plus quarter-over-quarter sales greater than 40, and many of these companies are giving it to us. So those are fundamentally sound companies. So with that, let's jump in here, look at one more page. I've highlighted few stocks for you here from a trend perspective. We already looked at the EV trend. I think it's good to buy at these levels. And also we got Chinese stock trend here. Many of the Chinese stocks like Huya, IQ, Alibaba, all of them are good to buy at these levels. Stocks are sold off here. Here we got IQ here, RSI 49, and Ali's stock dropped last week. Right now RSI 31, both are good play here. As you look through here, all is institutions are buying slowly here. I'd be willing to buy with them. Looks like timber here. Timber also, institutions are buying timber. It's a $1 stocks. I would buy along with them. And I got here PBF here. As you can see here, RSI is 50 here. I'm willing to buy some PBF energy at these levels. And as you scan through here, we got Quell and Lee here. Institutions are buying heavily. And Lee at these levels is still attractive. RSI is low. And we got here Sava. Sava is one of the favorite meme stock. Stock goes up and down drastically. Typically very good trading stock. At these levels with the RSI 35, you could slowly venture into and buy few Sava stock here. It's one of those favorite meme stock, jumps up and down wildly. Then we got here American Airlines and SFTW and Virgin Atlantic. All are attractive at these levels. I'm willing to buy slowly and take it from there. Virgin Galactic, as you know, I think stock has dropped off drastically of late, and this stock always manages to come back. I'm willing to buy slowly and accumulate. Now we'll look at few charts here to see how to spot some of these good candidates and go from there. I know many of you are wondering, hey, when to buy, when to sell. These are so violent, and we will go through some of those and go from there. First, let's look at Be Big. Be Big or Winco. It offers toys, plush, homewares, electronic to retailers and distributors. As we see here, stock has gone up very nicely. It had a huge short squeeze, went as high as $11.90, and now stock is around $7.98. You might wonder, hey, you know what? Can I still buy this stock and make money? Will it have one more short squeeze? That's the question I'm getting, and many of you are thinking, same way. What I would do typically is I would look at on the balance volume. On the balance volume is really the test that tells you, hey, what is it still? Does it still have more room to run? Right now, Be Big stock is dropped off from $11 to $7.98. As that happened, if you look through the on the balance volume here, on the balance volume is also dropping off. That tells you, wait a little bit. There is no need to rush right now. Coupled with RSI level, which is high 72, there is no need to buy at these levels. I would wait a little bit, have it cool off a little more and go from there. And if you look at the support level here, probably this is a good support level, probably around say $5 or $5.50. That could be a good support level for you. That could be a good time to jump in. So if you already have Be Big, you could take some profit here. I typically buy and sell in stages. You could take some profit and go from there. I've been taking some profit off of Be Big. I think probably you should do the same. Then we got VIH here. VIH, as you can see, it's a SPAC. It's a blank check company, special purpose acquisition. Stock had jumped up here to $11.16. All-time high was much more, as you can see here. So here at these levels, look at the on the balance volume. It's steep higher. RSI is 90, which tells you it's completely completely overbought at these levels. So typically I would not jump in here. I would be a little cautious here. Instead, I would wait for this to cool off a little bit, buy on a down day. Typically that's what I would do here. And then let's look at Taboola. Taboola, on the other hand, as you see here, stock is at $8.99. Even on the balance volume is dropping off here. So when the stock is going up, but on the balance volume is coming down, that tells you, you know what, you should probably pay more attention to on the balance volume here. So I would typically wait a little bit for this to cool off in the scenario. If stock is racing, on the balance volume is also racing, I would buy this at these levels, but right now I'm a little cautious because on the balance volume is dropping off. So that's why be a little cautious. But if you are a contrarian, you could buy some Taboola, especially because institutions are buying Taboola heavily. That's why even though chart is indicating be cautious, but by looking at the institutions buying big time, you could buy slowly into into this Taboola on the down days. And then you got support.com here. Great meme stock, provides consumer technical support solutions here. They're also venturing into cryptocurrency. As you see here, stock had a tremendous run here, and now they're dropping off. Right now they're into $21.91. And look here, on the balance volume is also kind of stabilizing and dropping off. So RSI is around 60. So what I would do is really I would slowly buy SPRT here. I would rather have RSI come below 55, but at this level I'm willing to buy slowly, nibble and accumulate slowly and take it from there. As you look through here, institutions are buying, support.com slowly. That could be a, the good indication that there is some interest from institutions here. Then we look at a couple more here. Workhorse, as you scan through here, Workhorse stock itself is coming down, as you can see here. It's a technology company, designs, manufactures, builds and sells battery electric vehicles here. And as you see here, as the stock is coming down, on the balance volume is rising. So this is a classic play here. This tells you it's good to accumulate here. The big money is pouring into the stock here. Even though stock is not showing too much progress at these levels, it's pretty much in the trading range. So I would buy Workhorse at these levels, even though there are a lot of negative news in Workhorse around security probe, short seller report. But what on the balance volume is telling is, regardless, the volume is there, people are buying. So this is a good candidate. It might take a week or so, a week or two, for this to play out on the and have a short squeeze. As you see here, it's still worth it. I would buy slowly and take it from there. And then we got here BGFV here. BGFV also had a nice run, as you can see here. It has got athletic shoes, apparel, accessories, and whatnot into retail area. As you see here, stock is doing great. On the balance volume is pretty steady. RSI is 69. I would probably wait a little bit here and then go from there. Then we got SmileDi here. SmileDi stock is trying to make a small comeback here. Even on the balance volume is racing and steady right now. I'm probably okay to slowly buy a SmileDi at these levels, given RSI is low. And then we got GOEV here. GOEV is again a mobility company, and they're into electric vehicles. As you can see here, stock has been selling off. On the balance volume is pretty steady. As you look through here, institutions are buying. I would accumulate GOEV here at these levels and go from there. And then we look at a couple more here. We got EV vehicles here, both RIOT and Nikola, both are EV plays here. Look at RIOT here. Stock is in the trading range, but on the balance volume picked up. So that tells you the smart money is pouring into RIOT at these levels when nobody is watching and stock is down. This is when these big institutions pour money and have a nice position here. And when stock goes up, they can take profit. We got Nikola here. Nikola, it's not as apparent as RIOT here, but stock is falling off. On the balance volume is steady. As you see here, institutions are buying slowly. I would also accumulate Nikola at these levels. And then you got Root. It's a insurance company. They have auto and homeowners insurance and renters insurance. Stock is dropping off. Um, Even on the balance volume is dropping off. So here you got to be contrarian to buy. Typically, as a contrarian, I would buy slowly into these type of names here. Typically, sometime they create short squeeze. As you look through here, Root looks like institutions are buying into Root here. And also stock is not doing great. It's a little bit negative. That's why you got to be contrarian here. There is no sales growth, and there is no performance in this stock. Even if you look through 6 months, 1 year, 5 years, that's why it's okay to buy as a contrarian. Sometimes you get the short squeeze. That's why when you buy short squeeze candidates, buy at least 5 to 10, so that way you have you make money in some, trim your losses in some other, and manage that way. Then we got Ocugen here. Ocugen is a clinical stage biopharma company developing gene therapies for blindness. Right now stock is kind of in a trading range here. On the balance volume is steady, or going up. This is the ideal candidate with the RSI at 49. I would be buying some Ocugen at these levels and accumulate. This is a good setup here, with the on the balance volume racing. Stock is in the trading range. Next, we got Clovis Oncology here, CLVS. Stock is right now, trying to make a small comeback here. On the balance volume is pretty steady here. Out by some Clovis Oncology at these levels, given RSI is low. As you scan through, institutions are buying Clovis Oncology. I think it's a good one to buy at these levels here. We got here Romeo. Romeo is another EV play. As you see here, institutions are buying Romeo, and even though stock is kind of sort of going down, on the balance volume is pretty steady or racing. This is a good one to accumulate. And then you got SoFi here. SoFi is one of my favorite stock to accumulate. RSI is very low, 50. Stock is trying to make a small comeback here. Look at on the balance volume, it's also rising. So it tells you smart money is buying and accumulating SoFi at these levels. I think we should also do that. It's completely sold off, nice fintech stock here. I think we should slowly buy and accumulate. Then you got APPH AppHarv. These guys are into organic vegetables growing like tomatoes and whatnot. I think at these levels, as a contrarian, you could buy some APPH at these levels. Given stock is sold off, RSI has also come down and turned to stabilize here. I think there is some institution interest here with the APPH. I would buy slowly and accumulate. We got couple more here. We got ATER provides artificial intelligence they got some platform here. The company's platform provides home, kitchen, appliance, health insurance, and beauty product. Basically it's a digital e-commerce type play here. Right now, as you see here, stock is trying to make a comeback. RSI is 51, but look at the volume here. Volume has increased so drastically. So I would look into this and buy some ATER $6.70 stock here. They got nice sales growth. Look at the positive sales growth. Institutions are buying heavily. I would buy along with these institutions here, given RSI is still low at 51. And then you got GEO here, $7 stock. Insiders are buying GEO. That's a good sign. Institutions also warming up to GEO. As you see here, nice on the balance volume, and stock is trying to make some progress. I would buy some GEO at these levels with the RSI 57, a little high for me. I would probably wait for some down days and buy GEO. Then we got here Fisker. It's a EV play here. As you scan through here, stock is in the trading range. On the balance volume is racing and pretty steady. I would buy some Fisker here. All these EV plays, they will do well. Right now they're stuck in the mud. I would buy some Fisker at these levels. Along with Lucid Motors, same story. Supposed to be a Tesla killer. Nice volume. Volume is steady. On the balance volume is steady. I would buy some Fisker also at these levels. Lucid also at these levels. As you scan through GEO, there is insiders buying, and ATER, there is institutional buying out by along with them. So you might wonder when to buy heavily shorted stocks. There is so much news in the market. People talk about short squeezes, meme stocks, Reddit, what to do. So what I would typically do, keep all the noise away. Look at the short ratio, which is more than 10%. Most of the stocks I have covered here, they got short ratio well above 10%. So those are the ideal candidates for you. Once you have the list, then look for stocks that are oversold. For example, RSI less than 50 or less than 55. And if you see those stocks recovering slowly in the shorter time frame, which 1 week or 2 week, those are your candidates. Try to look at those stocks and pay a little more attention to them. And then look for RSI less than 55 and on the balance volume rising. This tells you, what, even though stocks are oversold, on the balance volume is rising. Those are the candidates. That's where when the stock is trying to improve, but on the balance volume is picking up, that tells you smart money is still flowing into the stock. Given the low RSI, that's got a good potential to run. And if the RSI is above 60 and on the balance volume is falling, then don't buy the stock because this stock already had a run and the train has left the station. No need to buy at this time. If you already have, you can sell some. If the stock is consolidating for a while, showing some sign of bullishness, and also on the balance volume is rising, that's a good one to buy at those levels. And stocks with a huge drop and showing some signs of bullishness, typically I would buy these also. At times I also buy stocks that are dropping very, very heavily with a huge short ratio. It's good to buy slowly and accumulate. I'm sure they will have a short squeeze as you go forward. And look for insiders and institutions buying the stock. That typically tells you, even though stock is oversold, there is some good interest from these institutions. I would look at those and buy along with them. And if you're a little bit longer term trader, don't want to watch stock every day, look for fundamentally good companies with positive sales growth and gross margin. And look for rule of 40, quarterly sales growth plus gross margin. If it is greater than 40, those tell you those are typically good, fundamentally good companies. Short squeeze or not, they will always do well in the longer term. And if you typically look at a secular biotech stock which is down big on a bad news, you want to buy some on this bad news. Given they got some heavy short ratio, it's good to buy on the bad news, accumulate slowly, and I think those will do well too. So with that, thank you very much. Happy investing and trading. Enjoy your Labor Day weekend. Thank you.